Hello, and welcome to the first video in your Empty Nester Essentials Toolkit. I'm Dr. Dorine Kramer, and today I want to talk to you about managing your emotions and changing from sad to glad. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, imagine how much more you would accomplish, how much more easily your relationships would go, and how much more pleasant you would be to be around, for other people to be around you, if you could maintain a happy state. Happy, grateful, positive, excited, whatever that particular state looks like for you. So this is a question you probably never thought about, but how do you know how you're feeling? What is it that tells you that you're feeling happy, or you're feeling sad, or you're feeling whatever emotion it is that you happen to be feeling? Well, you know because you recognize certain characteristics, certain things that are happening in your body that come along with particular emotions. In other words, you feel a certain way, you think a certain way, you talk a certain way, and you recognize that, you label that as a particular emotion. It's not the way we usually think of it. Usually we think about it the other way around. We think we feel something and then we find the symptoms of it or the characteristics of it. But really it works the other way around. So what determines your emotions? There are really three things that we're going to talk about. The first is language. And your language is really your self-talk. So what are you saying, whether you're saying it out loud or you're saying it in your head, what is it that you say to yourself? Are you telling yourself, I'm so lonely, I'm so miserable, and oh, there's just nothing happening that's exciting in my life? Or are you telling yourself, well, this is a great day. I wonder what's going to happen today that's going to be interesting for me, or what can I find to do today, or what am I going to accomplish? You're going to feel differently, aren't you? Depending on what you're saying to yourself. The second piece has to do with beliefs. Now, beliefs are really nothing more than a feeling of certainty that something is true. Now, just because you believe something, it doesn't actually mean that it's true. It may be true in your head. Your belief is that it's true. But it doesn't have necessarily to do with an external truth. So beliefs are, along with values, they're really the underpinning of your emotions. And what beliefs are going to do, they're going to tell you who you are, they're going to tell you how you behave, they're going to let you know how to treat people and what you expect of people and of the world around you. They tell you what to focus on and what you think is important. They're a huge part of what's going on sort of underneath everything else. Values we'll talk about in another video, but for now, beliefs are what we're dealing with in terms of the emotional state. And the third piece is your physiology. Now, physiology is kind of a big word, and what we mean in this context is, how do you hold your body? What's your posture like? What's the expression on your face? How are you breathing? Is it deep breaths, shallow breaths? Are you breathing fast or slow? Are you breathing up high in your chest or down in your belly? Those are the sorts of things that we want to look at when you're looking at physiology. And the thing about physiology is that it's possible to change it easily. And that is one of the first things that you can do to experiment with changing from sad to glad. So I have a couple of things for you to do, to work on for the next few days. And the first one is, I want you to look at your language. Pay attention to what you're saying to yourself. You can write it down. Just take note of how you talk to yourself. Are you talking to yourself like you would talk to somebody that you love? It's really important to notice. The second thing I want you to do is to notice at some point when you become aware that you're in a particular emotional state. So maybe sometime when you're feeling sad, or if you're feeling grateful or excited about something, notice that you're in that state, and then pay attention and figure out what your physiology is like. Look at all those components that I mentioned and pick one and change it. So if you're feeling sad, for instance, and you find that you have a frown on your face, or your brows are pulled together, you've got wrinkles in your forehead, or whatever it is, change it. Just change the one thing. So maybe your frown, you change it to a smile, even if you don't feel like smiling. And you'll notice that when you change it to a smile, you feel different. So what I'd really love for you to do is to use the worksheet that comes along with this video, do these exercises, try them out, see what you learn, see what you find out about yourself and what's going on with you and your emotions, and then get back to me and comment on my website at www.drdorinekramer.com. I would love to hear what you learned and how you felt about these exercises and the changes that you noticed when you try them out. See you next time.